Y'all get in here.
Bust a bus. 9-7. Hot shit. Check it out. Hit you with no delay into what you saying, yo. Silly with my 9 milli with the dilly, yo. When I be on the mic, yes, I do my duty, yo. While up in the club like we while in the studio. You don't wanna violate, nigga, really and truly, yo. My main thug, nigga named Julio, he moody, yo.
What it do? What it do? Welcome back to the Totally Unrated channel. Hey, man, it's breaking news, baby. Hey, it's been a whole lot of chatter, man. Smash that like and share the line, baby.
Bust a bus. 9-7. Hot shit. Check it out. Hit you with no delay into what you saying, yo. Silly with my 9 milli with the dilly, yo. When I be on the mic, yes, I do my duty, yo. While up in the club like we while in the studio. You don't wanna violate, nigga, really and truly, yo. My main thug, nigga named Julio, he moody, yo.
Hey, breaking news, baby, breaking news. Hey, y'all check it out.
And tonight we are learning in just the last few minutes that a federal judge is now refusing to grant Sean Diddy Combs bail. Instead, he's going straight to jail tonight after Diddy pleaded not guilty to charges of sex trafficking and racketeering. I want to show you some of these brand new court sketches coming into us, like literally in the last 90 seconds. This is Combs in court after prosecutors arrested him at a hotel in Manhattan. It's where he's apparently been living for weeks, according to a person familiar with the move, tells NBC News. All of it a tipping point now in that sprawling federal investigation into the superstar's alleged years of sex crimes dating back to 2009. As we're just getting into some new and deeply disturbing details about the allegations against him. It looks like a massive criminal operation, allegedly. At least 50 victims and witnesses so far. And at the center of it, these hours and days-long sex acts known as, in their words, freak-offs that Combs supposedly orchestrated to abuse his victims.
Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them.
Prosecutors say Combs punched and kicked his victims to try to keep them under control. He'd also, they say, filled them up with drugs like ketamine and ecstasy for long periods of time, even using incriminating records to try to manipulate his victims. Prosecutors say they discovered this wide range of evidence against Combs in several raids. They found things, they say, like AR-15s, narcotics, more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricants. We should note here that an attorney for Combs says that he, I'm quoting here, will fight this with all of his energy. His team is already planning to appeal the bail ruling, meaning they will be back in court tomorrow, as Combs has, as we mentioned, pleaded not guilty. We've got team coverage, Laura Jarrett standing by with the legal analysis piece of it. But I want to start outside court with Julia Ainsley, because Julia, this went fairly late into the day. I know you've been at the courthouse as a judge, as we've just learned, is denying this request for bail. Explain why that is and what else we've learned today.
Yeah, that's right. We were in there for about 2 hours as the Justice Department in the Southern District of New York laid out their case, very similar to what you saw in the indictment, saying why he should not be released, because they say that he is a flight risk, he could leave the country, and also that he has a history of obstructing justice. They also pointed to how serious these crimes were, that with previous allegations of sex trafficking like R. Kelly and Jeffrey Epstein, the judges also denied bail in that case. But his defense laid out a very lengthy rebuttal to all of that. We heard them say that this is different from Jeffrey Epstein and R. Kelly because there are no minors being alleged in the indictment here. They also say that these acts were consensual, and they point to victim number 1, who's named over and over again, who they say is someone within a 10-year relationship with Combs that was toxic but consensual. They said that this person actually tried to sell this same story as book rights to Combs to try to get it out of the media's eye, but instead when he refused, then this civil lawsuit came up. But the judge ultimately said that he could not be released because he is a danger, he has a history of substance abuse and anger issues, and she really drilled down on the fact that after those civil allegations came out last November, he talked to multiple women who he knew during that period and who he apparently tried to change their narrative so they wouldn't go forward and continue testifying or being witnesses to some of these acts that were alleged in the civil complaint and then were again put in the indictment today. So she said in order to keep that from happening and really to end sex trafficking, since that can happen behind closed doors, it was best to keep him detained without bond.
Julia, it is, I mean, for a lot of folks, they will find this stunning.
Be sure to smash that like and share the live, baby.
Has been previously one of the most successful music superstars in the world. Just a year ago, he was handed a key to New York City. Now here we are, after months of this being out in the public, these allegations being made public, his denials. He's potentially facing 15 years to life in prison. What does the timeline look like here?
Well, we understand that tomorrow they'll try to appeal the judge's decision. His defense will do that tomorrow at 3:30. They'll meet again next week for a conference, and then perhaps we'll be looking at a trial early next year. But Hallie, I have to say, what you said there was also striking. I watched him today, sitting there very humbly and cornered in a black t-shirt, nodding along with his defense, otherwise just looking very stoic, straight ahead at the judge. It's hard to imagine this is the same man, but the timeline is also staggering. It's one thing to think, oh, that was something that happened a long time ago, but the prosecution today said that these acts, what they're calling sex trafficking and coercion, all continued up until this year, Hallie.
Oh, we gonna get into it, baby.
2009. So this was not a brief window.
Julia Ainsley live for us there outside court in New York. You just give us a sense really quickly, Julia, before I let you go. Is it just a scene there? I mean, I have to imagine, given who Sean Combs is, it is just a crush of cameras and crush of people.
I have to imagine too.
It is. It's been really crowded today. There have been people who've been driving by and sometimes screaming "Free Diddy." Someone else stood up earlier and said Tupac would be ashamed of Diddy. It's been a lot of people, a lot of public interest here. I will say the court wasn't as crowded as I thought, but still nearly full, and also full of his friends and family that came out.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news.
Smash that like and share the live, baby. It's about to go down on the Totally Unrated channel. Let's go! Damn, Daddy. Hey, if you're just now getting here, baby, welcome to the RatedR show, Totally Unrated. Hey, man, it's all go, no stop, baby. Smash that like and share the live. Yeah. Oh, we gonna get into it, baby. Damn, Daddy, damn.
Yeah. Hey, we all go, no stop. We all go, no stop. We all go, never stopping. Club jumping, pistol dumping, police gunning, kids watching. Yeah. We all go, no stop.
I got 1,000 bottles of Ciroc. He's having a fun.
Never stopping, club jumping, pistol dumping, police gunning, kids watching. Just walked in the club. DJ spinning that hot shit. Bad bitches up in the club. Thinking that I'm gonna buy drinks. I don't know what you really think, sweetheart. Unless you're gonna let me get up in the me. Your girlfriend, she can really get it too. Take you back to room 122. And we on that grown shit. Wrap it up, play it safe, mode, yeah. This really ain't no bullshit. No clone, dick. All sad, dick. It's bad shit. Gotta have it. See your ass back just like a package. Uber or school bus. Better get your ass in the taxi.
Damn. Damn, Daddy.
All go, no stop.
Somebody smash that like
All go, no
and
stop.
share the live, baby.
We all go, never stopping. Club jumping, pistol dumping, police gunning, kids watching.
Big Nips in the house.
Go, no stop.
Hey.
All go, no stop. We all go, never stopping. Club jumping, pistol dumping, police gunning, fans watching.
Damn, Daddy, damn. Daddy wasn't there. Daddy wasn't there. Now I know it's got to be more people than this watching this. We are not only live on YouTube, we live on Facebook too. Come on out the bushes. Come on out the bushes. I know. It's all go, no stop. And the reason why it's all go, no stop is because this is how it seemed to be designed. Now, I can't help but to notice that today's news has been gut-wrenching, heartbreaking, and has been, trending. But I got some things that I want to say. I got some things that I want to bring to the viewers' attention. And one of the things that I want to bring to the viewers' attention is it's no need to try to go in compare mode with the individuals. There's no need of doing that. If it's one thing that you can compare, I'm going to tell you what you can compare. The similarities in the steps in which the government continues to take in singling out certain individuals. Now, this is no way, shape, and form of me advocating for the alleged defendant, Mr. Sean Daddy Combs. No. But this is what I want to say. Out of all the things that has been put out there on the table that people have said that has been allegedly done, I want to know why the government don't want to formulate charges over those things versus creating similar charges that they seem to continue to poke at men about. Now, as you heard in that news clip, you heard the lady refer back to R. Kelly case, Jeffrey Epstein case. The only difference is it was minors alleged. And let me tell you something. This is the thing that I want to say about the Jeffrey Epstein and the R. Kelly situation. One thing I want to say is that the people that came out and spoke, from my point of view, are not credible. They've lied. They even went into the court of law and lied. Now, on the other hand, with Daddy, you guys, just like myself, saw some footage that rocked the internet and the media world a few months ago with a well-known R&B singer. I don't know what that situation was about. I don't wish to know what it was about, but all I know is we all saw it. We did not see anything like that from the other individuals that the news reporters are trying to throw in the mix. So when I say don't try to compare, Don't try to compare. The only thing that you can compare is how the government continues to formulate charges that really is not making any sense to the situations. Now, I know in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's probably already begun, the top quality experts are going to show up out here on the internet streets to give you their glorious opinions about why the government came up with all these charges against Daddy Combs. But I'm trying to tell you right now, it's no different from what has been orchestrated from others that they have done the same thing with. So now, it goes back to the whole R. Kelly talk, as it says people have been out here saying that the government got it wrong because, yes, the government indeed leaked this man's information to use it against him in his trial in the court of law. So now here we are with this whole situation with Daddy. And of course, you guys heard the breaking news. And if you didn't hear the breaking news, we'll get back to that in just a moment. What I want you to do is take your attention and listen to what the government has orchestrated these charges, and they presented just a few pieces of evidence to the public and based that off of their discoveries to start to make people formulate opinions and judgment. For instance, I know you see my title. I said 1,000 bottles of Ciroc oil because I'm being sarcastic. But when you hear them use the language of them discovering 1,000 bottles of baby oil and all that, we fail to realize that we are talking about a guy that has multiple businesses, had multiple businesses, business ventures, and all of that. So let's just understand that part right there. Again, put your personal feelings to the side. The things that I have heard, especially within the past 6 months, 12 months or so, as it pertains to this man, I don't understand why you're not trying to, go target at that. Because all the other shit is not making any sense. And it's a repeated cycle. And I'm going to tell you exactly where I'm going with this right here, because obviously somebody's trying to protect somebody on the higher ups. Because let us not forget, as they bring out and want to use the man, Jeffrey Epstein, let's not forget about the flight list that they released and the names that was on it. Am I stepping on some toes this evening? Am I stepping on some toes this evening? Those same people that's on that flight list happen to be some of our well-known representatives in the government, some who have held high offices. They're on that list. So when you talk about somebody like Jeffrey Epstein, who, when y'all say the amount of pressure came upon him and he just took his life. Well, you have some people that's been chattering about that thing, and you got some people out there that does not believe that, because Jeffrey Epstein knew a lot of people. So who is trying to protect who? Because one thing's for sure and two things for certain. No one is being questioned or investigated that was a part of that flight list. But guess what I did recognize? The people that was on that flight list, they participated in documentaries. They participated in interviews. They participated in things to go against certain individuals to make it seem like they're not a part of something when the whole time they really could be a part of something. Hey, man, it's a totally unrated channel. If you're just now getting here, smash that like, share the live. Hey, we just getting started, baby.
40 years?
Yeah.
On a black man who sexually abused them. They going to the cops that same night. You don't wait 40 years?
Yeah.
Because he didn't take advantage of them. But because him and Camille Cosby didn't want to let the white oil company drill under their house in Massachusetts, they decided to bankrupt him through the courts with the sexual allegations to eventually force him to sell the house so the oil company could get the oil. Bill Cosby went to jail for oil. R. Kelly in jail because he didn't want to give a certain music company his masters. Whitney Houston is dead because she was going to order an audit on her earnings. She wanted her publishing back and she wanted her masters back. Michael Jackson is dead because he didn't want to give the Beatles catalog back. Prince is dead because he didn't want to give his unpublished music to a certain music company. None of this is happening for the reason they tell you. Yeah. This is about power and control of resources. The greatest trick the devil.
The greatest
trick the devil ever pulled was what? Yeah. Convince the world he don't exist.
Yeah.
Greatest trick white supremacy ever pulled was convince black people it no longer exists.
Only a fool believe that, man.
Only a fool believe that.
Now look, I ain't gonna be here with you too long, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a listen here with these unsealed documents that you about to hear them read off when it comes down to the charges against Sean Daddy Combs. Hey, if you just now getting here, smash that like and share the live. Hey, I still got some more to say because I'm trying to tell you, y'all getting ready to come out here. Let me tell you something. One thing I can say this right here. As you heard the breaking news, and I will play the breaking news clip back to you as it pertains to the bail being denied in the case against Sean Combs. And again, it seems to be a repeated process. And guess what? We're going to dive into some things here in a minute. I ain't going to be with y'all too long. Look, just smash that like and share the live, baby.
Let's go ahead and listen to the U.S. Attorney for New York.
My name is David Williams, and I'm the U.S. Attorney in the Southern District of New York. Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution. The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. As alleged in the indictment...
Let me just stop it right there. Sounds like the same language that they used You do know where I'm going with this, right? You do know where I'm going with this. Now, I don't know where they're going with it. I just know that it is the same language that they used in other people's situations. Hey, smash that like and share the live. I'm going to let you hear it for yourself.
Let's go ahead and listen to the U.S. Attorney for New York.
My name is Damian Williams, and I'm the U.S. Attorney here in the Southern District of New York. Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution. The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice. Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics, such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB, which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant. As alleged, when Combs didn't get his way, he was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the freak-offs, and that Combs hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims, at times by their hair. On one occasion in March of 2016, that conduct was captured on video and later reported in the media. Specifically, Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a victim in a Los Angeles hotel when the victim was attempting to flee. As alleged, these assaults often resulted in injuries to the victims, which took days or weeks to heal. In addition to the violence, the indictment alleges that Combs threatened and coerced victims to get them to participate in the freak-offs. He used the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of the freak-offs as collateral against the victims. And the indictment alleges that he maintained control over the victims in several ways, including by giving them drugs, by giving and threatening to take away financial support or housing, by promising them career opportunities, by monitoring their whereabouts, and even by dictating their physical appearance. Because of all of this, the indictment alleges that the victims did not believe they could refuse Combs without risking their security or facing more abuse. The indictment also alleges other acts of violence undertaken by Combs and others, including violence against witnesses to his abuse, kidnapping, and arson. The indictment alleges that on more than one occasion, Combs carried or brandished firearms to intimidate and threaten victims and witnesses. Now, Combs did not do this all on his own. As I mentioned, Combs has been charged with RICO conspiracy. He used his business and employees of that business and other close associates to get his way.
Pause. Ain't that what they like to say? Pause. As you can see, same scenario with Sean Combs as they had done with Robert Kelly as far as the RICO statute is concerned. Charging him with the RICO statute, and there are no co-conspirators in the situation as of yet. But they're laying this language out here the same way that they laid that language out there with Robert Kelly. This situation is bad. It's bad for a lot of reasons. And I will elaborate and why in just a moment. But right now I'm gonna let y'all listen. This is the reading of the alleged charges of the breaking news of earlier today. If you're just now getting here, smash that like, share the live, man. It's the RatedR show.
Those individuals allegedly included high-ranking supervisors in the business, personal assistants, security staff, and household staff. The indictment alleges that those individuals facilitated the freak-offs. They booked the hotel rooms and stocked them with the supplies, including drugs, baby oil, personal lubricant, extra linens, and lighting. When the hotel rooms got damaged, they helped clean it up. They arranged for victims and commercial sex workers to travel for the freak-offs, and they delivered large quantities of cash to Combs to pay for the commercial sex workers. The indictment also alleges that they helped Combs cover up his crimes. During the March 2016 incident at the LA hotel that I mentioned earlier, a member of the hotel security staff intervened, and Combs attempted to bribe the staff member with a stack of cash to make sure that what happened was kept quiet. And as the indictment alleges, in late 2023, after public allegations were made about Combs' crimes, he and others pressured witnesses and victims to stay silent, including by making phone calls to witnesses and victims and giving them a false narrative of what they had experienced. And as alleged, Combs used others to help conceal his abuse by monitoring and preventing victims from leaving a location in order to hide their injuries, or by locating and contacting a victim who had attempted to flee. As part of this investigation, in March of this year, special agents from HSI executed search warrants at Combs' residences in Miami and Los Angeles. They also executed a warrant for Combs' electronic devices. During those searches, agents seized evidence of the crimes charged in this indictment. They seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large capacity drum magazine. They also seized evidence of the freak-offs, electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims. And they seized cases and cases of the kinds of personal lubricant and baby oil that Combs' staff allegedly used to stock hotel rooms for the freak-offs, more than 1,000 bottles altogether. Here are some of the items that we recovered during the searches.
Check this shit out.
A work-related.
They about to show 4 pictures of talking about what they, and like it's just like this shit is crazy. Like I don't like how this is going on, like how it's being played out, how it's about to be played out through the media. It's bad, and it should leave a bad taste in people's mouths. And look, the reason why they wanted to leave a bad taste in people's mouths is for a totally different reason from what I'm about to give you. They want to leave a bad taste in people's mouths the same way that they did with Robert Kelly. Here's the difference. They went all the way out with some regular people. I ain't gonna say nobody's. I'm gonna say some regular people. And putting together documentaries and docuseries and shit to target and go after them and create charges. Well, Sean Combs, kind of different. They didn't have to form no documentary. Yes, of course, there's been a whole bunch of things been put out here through the internet, with blogs and stuff like that, until they came with the, the little TMZ joint after the lawsuit, of course. But other than that, it was light compared to how they targeted Robert. Matter of fact, if I may speak correctly, you didn't hear of any FBI raids on Robert Kelly's properties. Yes, they investigated, of course, I know, but I'm talking about for breaking news and all that shit like they did with Sean Combs. No, you didn't see that. You didn't see that. As a matter of fact, one alleged piece of, I can't say evidence, but alleged piece of footage that the whole world saw that was very shocking. We did not see that in Robert Kelly's situation. So I don't even care about what anybody has to say when it comes down to all of that, because it's nothing to compare. Out of all the artists that has worked with Robert Kelly and have spoken about Robert Kelly, they've never said any or have brought out any type of weird experiences like that, except for, oh, he had 50 studio rooms that was different themes, different country themes. Whoop-de-doo. But you ain't heard no shit. You ain't seen no shit the way that we have seen in the past 6 to 12 months from others. Now, can you dig that? And now, as you hear them using the language, them talking about baby oil and linen and all that shit, well, besides using the term freak off, I'm just saying, like, if you're providing a service, if you're self-endorsing an event, why is the media trying to make that shit a big deal? I don't give a damn about this man having a damn 1,000 damn bottles of damn baby oil. But y'all ain't probably said nothing about the 1,000 bottles of Ciroc that he had or any other liquor. See, this is the shit I don't like. They want to target certain things to try to trigger the minds of people to turn sinister and try to make it more than what it is. So now, as you go forward, you're going to hear them talk about the 1,000 bottles of baby oil and linen and lights and shit, but you won't hear them talk about 1,000 bottles of Ciroc or 1,000 bottles of Hennessy. I mean, I'm not a drinker. 1,000. I mean, you hear them talk about, what they say? What kind of drug they say? Ecstasy and shit. I don't know. I don't care. But I don't care what nobody say. It's a hidden agenda somewhere in this thing. Let's get back into this daggone breakdown. Listen to me. They got 5 pictures on this board that they said that they collected as evidence. I mean, shit. I mean, they just tried to say that it was another assassination attempt on Donald Trump the other day. And they had more damn pictures of this shit. Look, I'm just keeping it 100. When I say more pictures, they had more footage than what the fuck they are showing right here. This is some bullshit. I just want to call it like I want to call it, because the government has been on a repeated pattern on targeting men with the language that they have been giving out here as it pertains to sex trafficking and all of that shit. It's time for people to really wake up and use your common sense, because something ain't right. Something ain't right. And this is not me, again, I'm not defending Sean Combs. Everybody has seen some footage and all that shit, and I already know that. But when it comes down to the things that we have seen from the government targeting certain individuals, such as the Bill Cosbys of the world, the Harvey Weinsteins of the world, the R. Kellys of the world, well, let's just keep it real. They never went after fucking Hugh Hefner. But all of a sudden, after Hugh Hefner died, you get a handful of people that want to come out and bring a story. Get out of here with this bullshit, man. It's a bunch of bullshit. And I'm trying to tell you, all you got to do is open your eyes and pay attention and see who is about to be on an assignment out here on these internet streets running this shit with this P. Diddy shit. Watch. All you got to do is watch. All you got to do is watch, my nigga. The plays has already been in place. Just see who take the ball and try to run with it. I'm not going to be covering this shit because I already know it's some bullshit. I'm not talking about the things that people have had personally to do with Mr. Combs. But at the end of the day, the way that y'all going about that shit is no different from the people that I just mentioned that has been targeted. And guess what? You still have a former president that's out here campaigning to be the next president that has his own set of charges. So let's make this shit make sense. And may I add that he used to be friends with Jeffrey Epstein too. So where y'all really want to go with it? Hey, smash that like and share the live, baby.
Here, this is a drum magazine, large capacity, and it contains, I believe, 59 rounds. I mentioned as well, we recovered 3 AR-15s. This is a close-up shot of one of the AR-15s, and you can see right here, the serial number has been thoroughly defaced. Another picture of more ammunition and parts of 2 AR-15s right there.
Let me pause. He's sitting here mind fucking the public. Talking about some they got mad ammunition. Clearly, it's somebody holding a clip where you can see the bullets. And he's making it seem like they found all this ammunition. See, this is the shit I don't like. I don't like it. And some of you uppity niggers, and I'm going to say it like that got your suits and ties on, that's calling the shots. You're running game on the public, and you're not being up front. And somebody need to call y'all's asses out on that shit, because at the end of the day, I already know what time it is. We in election season, right? Let's not forget, Sean Daddy Combs used to be the voice of the people around this time to tell people to go out and vote. I guess y'all ain't worrying about him doing that this time because you're trying to get your first woman elected in office, which will be a historical moment. I get it. But let's just keep this shit all the way real. Some of these politicians were on that flight list of Jeffrey Epstein's island. Why haven't they not addressed their own shit? Can somebody answer that? Can somebody answer why the Clintons was on that flight list? Can somebody explain why Oprah was on that flight list? Can somebody explain why a host of entertainers was on that flight list? See, y'all don't want to talk about the real shit, but y'all want to keep on pushing that shit to the side to cover up and keep trying to target some shit that don't even make sense. Y'all don't want me to really speak about, if you're going to target this man, target him for the things that people have been reporting on, saying that he's done. If that's the case, I'm talking about the real shit. You know, the Biggie, the Pac, the things that you saw at the hotel. Now that seems like some lucrative pieces, but I know that shit run deep because it's got some people involved in it. We've lost way too many people throughout the years behind greed and foolishness. I don't want to speak about the Tupac or the Biggie thing because for real, it's really kind of out of my era, even though I, was growing up in that era. But to really know the things that went down, I can't tell you that. Only the ones who was there, the ones who was around, the ones who intertwined can tell you that story. And why hasn't the story been told correctly? I can't tell you that. But that shit been sold to the public 100 times over. Now tell me, do you think that's right? No one has gotten a straight, clear answer on what the fuck really happened in 1996 or in 1997. So do you think that shit is fair? It's definitely not fair to the families that's involved, and it's damn sure not fair to the public. But you've been selling it to the public for over 25 years. Now, I heard, I'm gonna let y'all can go watch this, the charge. I'm not gonna play this. That shit's like almost 30 minutes long. I'm not gonna bore y'all with that. Now, but I heard Sean Combs' lawyer said that he has the right, his rights to appeal for his bond. And you want to know something? His lawyer is absolutely right. But for some reason, you jabronis made it seem like R. Kelly could not have a bond. And he ended up having to go through not only one trial, but 2 trials, and they were sabotaged by a bunch of misfits online. And he gets sentenced? No bond? So how do y'all think this is going to play out? Because I believe in a fair situation. And if any of you guys who are listening to me right now between YouTube and Facebook, if you believe that Sean Combs deserves to have a bond to fight his cases, what's going on, you could drop some smoke in the chat right now. And if you agree that he deserves to get a bond, then I say that you need to let R. Kelly out right now. As a matter of fact, while I'm on the subject of R. Kelly right now, it comes to my attention that there is a petition that has been out since July 31st of this year. But I also come across where there was a petition that has been out since January of 2020. I don't understand why it is not thousands and thousands if not millions of signatures on there. Why am I saying this? Because I go across my social media platform and I come across the one and only hip-hop artist, Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez has almost 200,000 signatures, and guess what? The governor in that state is getting grilled because he's being forced to make a decision to where they're going to have to release him. Now, so I'm going to say this boldly and I'm going to say this loudly to the top platforms that has those thousands and thousands of subscribers. If you know the government got it wrong in the case of R. Kelly, I need you to take that petition to your channel and let the people know that it is a petition for R. Kelly to sign and no money is needed. Because some of y'all are clearly full of shit. And I'm going to say it just like that. So, you ain't gotta listen to my voice. I'll let someone who's more qualified, better than me, tell you how they railroaded R. Kelly. Hey, smash that like and share the live, baby.
What do you think is Bill Cosby personally thought about this R. Kelly situation?
We talked about it today. We talked about it today, and the
thought?
first thing he said, he was like, look, the guy was railroaded. As he said that Gloria Allred did the same thing that she did with him. You parade women out and you stir up the public sentiment to go against him. And that's what they did to R. Kelly. My client conviction was vacated by the Pennsylvania State Supreme Court because they saw the truth. And what we see in America today, you know, with R. Kelly is an assault on black men. And this is an assault on successful black men who are doing great things.
So will we see like those R. Kelly fans that are sticking by him, hoping that maybe they look at R. Kelly, or they look at Cosby's case and say maybe R. Kelly can get off. Maybe there'll be something.
Well, look,
do you see that happening with his case?
I see R. Kelly having a strong case on appeal. And I think when he gets to the appellate court and when he gets to the highest court in the land, I think we'll see a conviction overturned. I think it's unfortunate. I think it's unfortunate that this man, even before he was ever brought to trial, he wasn't given bond. He had to sit in jail. We see Harvey Weinstein, who was out on bond. We see the black and white issue. We see this cancel culture issue in America. We've seen it, and we see what's the assault on successful black men who have wealth. And that's what we're seeing today. And I think what black people have to do and fans have to do is say no to Gloria Allred and her racist tactics. We see she went after Shaquille O'Neal, Tiger Woods. She only go after black men who have money and success.
Again, people, this is breaking news. Breaking news, man. I know some of y'all probably been caught it already on CNN, MSB, NBC, ABC, Edition, Inside Edition, TMZ. Y'all probably didn't seen it. But I'm bringing it to you here on the Totally Unrated channel because I had some things that I wanted to, speak about. Before it starts to get a little weird out here on the internet. And I just want to let you know, I know RatedR cannot stop the weirdos from being weirdos. I know that. I'm not even trying to do it. But I just want you to unlock your common sense. Unlock your common sense. If any pattern is similar, it's the government's pattern. Trust me. Keep your eyes open and stay vigilant and start watching who's going to be doing what out here on the internet. Because I'm trying to tell you, it's getting ready. It's already been going, but it's getting ready to really, really, really go. Hey, this breaking news right here, man. Hey, smash that like, share the live.
And we're back with some breaking news. A federal detention hearing for Sean Diddy Combs has just ended in CNN's Kara Scanellis outside the courthouse in New York. Kara, obviously, this is a huge case. What just happened?
Jake, so the magistrate judge overseeing this hearing today has remanded Sean Diddy Combs into custody after he was charged with that sex trafficking case. He was let out of the courtroom by the U.S. Marshals, and he will be held in federal detention as this case moves forward. Now, this followed a lengthy hearing with both prosecutors and Diddy's attorneys arguing reasons why he should be kept behind bars and why he should be released. Diddy's lawyers say that he has taken voluntary steps, including turning over his passport to his lawyers, saying he would report any of his movements to prosecutors, but the judge finding that that was just not enough. She said, "My concern is that this is a crime that happened behind closed doors, even when pretrial services is monitoring." So she said there was nothing that his lawyers had offered that made her feel comfortable that he would return to this courthouse for subsequent court hearings and for a trial. She said that it was both his substance abuse and the fact that some of this physical abuse that's been alleged occurred when he was using drugs and alcohol, that was the reason why she couldn't trust that he would not commit any additional crimes while he was left on bail. So Sean Diddy Combs is not going to be walking out this door. He is in federal custody, where he will be unless his lawyers are able to convince a different judge to release him.
Let's bring in criminal defense attorney Stacey Schneider. And Stacey, you say today's indictment reads like a mob indictment. What was most shocking to you of all these allegations?
Yeah, the fact, Jake, that the government in this indictment presented evidence alleging that Sean Combs was running a criminal enterprise, and they actually named it in the indictment, the Combs Enterprise. And they said that this enterprise consisted of him as the alleged leader, his employees, assistants, staff, allegedly, that were able to procure women and alleged male sex workers to engage in performances for his own sexual gratification. Where it differs from a mob indictment, it has all the elements of putting together this racketeering allegation of all these moving pieces using resources from his businesses. But the fact that this is about an allegation of sexual gratification being accomplished by alleged human trafficking, it's one of the most unique indictments I've ever seen in this area, in the area of sex crimes, because the government isn't actually prosecuting the sex crimes other than the human trafficking or the sex trafficking. They're not prosecuting any type of alleged sexual abuse to women, although that's part of this racketeering scheme. But the actual charges are racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transporting individuals over state lines to engage in prostitution. The reasoning around all of this, his alleged...
So is he going to get charged with the Mann Act too? Like, get the fuck out of here. The same language. Look. I know I got some people in the bushes. What's up, Shannon? What's up, One Pap? What's good? Frankie and Johnny, what's good? I know you're here. Look. Where all the weird R. Kelly wannabe supporters that was reporting. Look, they getting ready to go on assignment with Diddy shit too. Watch. You my ears. Listen. Same mother freaking play. Now, this is where the buck stops, damn it. See? If niggas would have got out their ego and shit, and I'm not sitting here and saying that they wasn't supporting chaos. I ain't gonna sit here and say that nobody in the, I don't want to say, I guess industry ties that Robert Kelly has worked with. I'm not gonna sit there and say that no one supported him. But if niggas would have came together and united and fucking spoke the fuck up as it results into how the government is doing shit. I understand you can't defeat the government, but guess what? What I can't understand is every chance you get, you got a group of niggas that got this grand idea to try to match or try to fucking do what motherfucking some higher ups is fucking doing. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. Niggas is so fucking geeked up on trying to fucking win the most fucking Grammys when fucking we could have created our own fucking Grammys. The Latino people, they created their own fucking Grammys. Stop trying to sit at fucking tables that you don't fucking belong at when you got the tools to build your own tables. Yes, we know over 100 years ago, they did create Black Wall Street. Some of us don't know all the details and information about why it didn't succeed, why it wasn't built over again. But guess what? Black Wall Street could have been recreated 10 to 100 times over since then. All these athletes, and I love sports. I love sports. I really do. But it's a crying shame to know that you got niggas in the barbershop arguing about other niggas' contract monies, and some of that contract money is not even being filtered into the fucking economy like that. So where the fuck is it going? And now I'm about to go here because I know some of you weird in between Robert Kelly supporters was actually working for a particular person or linking with a particular person that seems to have a whole mouthful to say, but just couldn't keep his teeth in. Well, this is all I'm going to say. You had a whole lot to say about Robert. Now that this situation has happened to a brother that you have called a brother from your state, I want you to have that same energy. Fuck all that going back and forth with 50 niggas. Speak on this shit. Yeah, I said it. Because it seemed like some people been lying through their fucking teeth. So, I figure if Sean Combs' lawyer is able to grant a bond for his client, I think motherfucker R. Kelly should be released immediately, nigga. Make this shit go viral. Put it where it need to be. I don't worry about the numbers, my nigga. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I done told y'all I don't care about none of that. If Sean Combs' attorney can get him in a situation to grant him a bail, Robert Kelly should be released immediately. Now, go take that petition, send it to the mother bloggers. You know, the ones that got 30, 40,000, 100,000 subscribers, and tell them to sign it and share it. They ain't got to worry about no money. Unless they want to promote it. I understand that that's what that's for. But signing and sharing should not hurt nobody. I mean, look, Tory Lane's peoples is getting it. I'm trying to figure out what's going on over here. Did I awaken some people tonight? Same play. I'm going to let y'all finish hearing this breaking news.
Motivation as presented in that indictment by the government is for his own personal gratification. And that's just the strangest type of indictment I've ever seen. But I agree with you. This indictment reads, it's very disturbing. The facts presented are out of, a very bad Hollywood story. And a lot of the evidence, alleged evidence, that's been gathered in this case was from those 2 raids that were conducted on his personal homes in Miami and Los Angeles. And the indictment names that the things seized that he allegedly made videos of these sexual performances that have been named freak-offs. And there seems to be a ton of evidence allegedly tying this scheme together. So it's an interesting way of prosecuting it, but I understand why they did it that way.
So what did you make of what Elizabeth Wagmeister just reported? And obviously, Sean Diddy Combs and his attorneys are going to get their day in court. But the idea that the government, in their characterization, does not say that anybody did any of these things non-consensually. What do you make of that?
I make of that as being a big flaw already in the government's case, which the defense was quick to point out. Even if he was engaging in this alleged conduct, there was no allegation or no statement in that indictment saying that any of these alleged victims or alleged witnesses willingly participated in some of these acts that people find offensive, that sound to be offensive. And that's a very important part of the case. What was the consent? But there are enough charges here where outside of what the alleged victims are going to say about how he was using the resources allegedly from his enterprises, his businesses, his well-known Bad Boy Entertainment, his clothing line resources, his liquor line resources. Allegedly, there were funds used from their resources to engage in this alleged prostitution activity across state lines, and that's why it's a federal case, because it's across straight lines. So there are some problems that the defense has brought up originally, but it seems like, just from reading this 14-page indictment, that there's enough physical evidence to perhaps get a conviction in this case. We shall see. These are allegations.
So the Office of the Southern District of New York seems awfully confident about their ability to handle the scope and complexity of the case. But still, why do you think it took them so long for them to go after Combs, considering the alleged crimes have been going on for more than a decade?
My theory is that the government had an easy time putting together this final prosecution because of all the civil actions existing against Sean Combs right now. The case with Cassie, which that video was shown, his former girlfriend, where he was seen assaulting her. It looked like certainly that he was assaulting her on video. I think the government and investigators were able to accumulate all this easy evidence that was just handed to them from the attorneys who prepared the civil cases that are now pending against him. I think things just started piling up, and eventually Sean Combs got to a place where his luck ran out, and therefore he was indicted and arraigned.
Stacey Schneider, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Sounds like a bunch of bull to me, man. I'm trying to tell you, you can't make this shit up, man. Hey, you just now getting in, smash that like, share the live, baby. This shit is getting deep, man. It's getting hot in here.
Bust a bus. 9-7. Hot shit. Check it out. Hit you with no delaying, so what you saying, yo? Silly with my 9 milli with the dilly, yo. When I be on the mic, yes, I do my duty, yo. While up in the club like we while in the studio. You don't wanna violate, nigga, really and truly, yo. My main thug, nigga named Julio, he moody, yo.
Well, again, I'ma say it like this. I'ma say it just like this. My position, I'm not going to do no comparing I'm not doing that. The only thing that I can compare is the similarities in what the government is doing. That's the only thing I can compare. But there is a lot of differences. Let me talk to the Kills people for a minute. Hey, we got some R. Kelly people in the chat tonight. If we got some R. Kelly people in the chat tonight, can I get a ooh na 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 na? Just drop it or drop some smoke in the chat. Cause I'm about what I'm about to say is probably gonna be the realest shit. The realest shit that has been said or gonna be said since 2019. We got some R. Kelly fans, supporters in the chat tonight, regardless if you're on YouTube or you're on Facebook. Let me give you the difference. The Misfits had an opportunity Misfits, Janky Clan, Janky Crew, whatever you want to call them. They had the opportunity to where they could have delivered some footage to their producers, and it could have been broadcasted on network. The jankiness also could have delivered some photographs to their producers. And the whole world could have saw and could have really, really believed them. The Janky Clan not only had the opportunity to do it not one time, not two times, not three times, but I think they had many times, especially with a major network, to deliver some true eye-popping, mouth-watering, jaw-dropping evidence. But we never seen that. Now, did we? On the other hand, in Mr. Combs' situation, the whole world has seen so much in just a short period of time. So I say that to say this. How in the hell did you just let a brother get thrown down there to the wolves like that and try to make the world believe some real weird and hideous things when you show no proof. I'm not here to talk about litigation. I'm not here to talk about laws. I'm here to simply help unconfuse the world. And I told you that I am absolutely down with that. Hey, someone smack my like and share the live. Hey, you know the difference.
You're saying everything they said in that documentary about you is not true.
They are lying on me.
You are supporting a pedophile.
Black girls matter.
Nothing good about me. I'm just a child molester.
You are Kelly.
The devil.
Shut him down. Oh.
Come on, guys. As long as my breath is going in and out, you know, I try to, even when I get ready to complain, I think about that and I say, you know what? I ain't gonna even say nothing. I just breathe, baby. I breathe on these niggas, you heard me? 20-some women trapped in my house in the basement in Atlanta. Well, first of all, my house in Atlanta doesn't even have a fucking basement.
This is my story.
The only thing I could do is say what's real and say what's on my heart and give it to y'all like y'all want it. You want the truth. You ain't even got an education. You didn't even graduate from high school. You don't even really read, you know, and all of this old shit they told me. And I started believing that shit, man. Just something in me kept calling and shit. My heart was pumping this shit. It was pumping this shit. Hey fans, how y'all doing? It's your boy Kels. I love y'all. Thanks for supporting me for the last 30 years of my career. I'm very appreciative of that, and just you guys have kept me humble, kept me grounded, and kept me putting out this music for you guys. You guys inspired me to do it, so I'm gonna do it until you say don't do it no more. Don't say that though. If I met your daughter and I took your daughter out and she was of age, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Everybody, put your hands to the sky.
You ain't got no money? Shit. Sue R. Kelly.
Mute R. Kelly.
You are controlling, that you are abusive, that you tell women when to eat, when to go to the bathroom, when they can sleep, where they can dress.
I know y'all know that shit is ridiculous, but the crazy shit is motherfuckers, stupid motherfuckers want to believe this shit.
That shouldn't be happening.
Every level there's another devil. Whoever you are right now looking at me in my eyes, look in my fucking eyes, okay? I don't give a fuck about this fame shit. I'm a real motherfucker. My main goal is to unconfuse the world about R. Kelly. Say what I feel, keep it real, say what I feel. You don't know me. You ain't never been in my house. You ain't never been in my bedroom. So you cannot judge me.
Amen. I appreciate y'all, man. Real talk. Let me give some shout outs right quick. I want to give a shout out to HN Newsroom for breaking down some of the litigation that has been going on with R. Kelly and, you know, feeding the viewers information that is positive and needs to be heard. Appreciate that. I want to also give a shout out to platforms like Lady D, who always rapping R. Kelly and playing his music and, you know, stepping on the haters' toes and stuff like that. I appreciate that. That's nothing but love. I also want to give a shout out to y'all that's here in the chat. Larry Hawkins, you've been following me, and I appreciate you guys for transitioning from the RatedR TV channel to the totally unrated channel. Shannon Lewis, who also comes over from time to time, who is on over on the One Pap channel most of the time. Shout out to One Pap for always screaming free kills. I know a lot of people try to make things personal or try to make things controversial. It's no need to. I don't need to. It's many ways to complete an assignment or complete a mission. And I don't want to just loosely use the word assignment because I have notably told you that it's people that's out here on assignments, it seems to be. But pay attention. Pay attention. Same play is in effect. Now, the only, I guess you can kind of say the difference is when it comes down to Sean Combs and Robert's situation, you know. You can clearly understand that Mr. Combs' situation financially, he may be in a better position to make some things happen. Put his lawyers, you know, seems like he has his attorneys in place and stuff like that. So, you know, that right there speaks for itself. On the other hand, when it comes down to Robert Kelly, I can't help but to keep having the feeling that the misfits and janky ones ran a scam off the name of R. Kelly. And I guess the real mystery question is how big is that scam? Is the scam international? Is the scam on the internet? Is the scam, you know, how deep is the scam? I'm telling you, that's a feeling that has been a part of me way before the beginning of this. And all I'm trying to tell the viewers is to pay attention and see who transitions into this daddy situation. Because it's coming. But I believe that it may be a situation where, again, like I said, Mr. Combs seems to be established financially to the point where the things that happened to R. Kelly shouldn't happen to him. The way we see certain things being demonstrated out here on the internet, it shouldn't happen to him, but we gonna see. We gonna see if someone tries to reach and breach a phone call while he's detained. Well, you know, he said a whole lot, Larry. Matter of fact, Gerald Gribbs, he done moved on to bigger fish to try to fry. I see that he done attached himself to Mr. Isaac Hayes' son, and he's trying to go at the president of the United States. I mean, the former president of the United States. So, you know, when it comes down to Mr. Griggs, I believe that at this point, he should know that a lot of the things that he put out in the atmosphere was very untrue. And as an attorney that represented that family and seeing the end result after 5 years, well, that should just discredit him. He should just get his license barred straight up. Because it sounds like he sold the public a lie too. But I ain't trying to get into all that. By now, everybody should know what's up. The only thing that I want to do is, before I go, I want to give a shout out to Spitting Fire for creating that petition. I don't give a damn about any of the controversial things that anybody else got going on out here on the internet streets. I understand it seemed like that petition was created in good intent. I understand the language of it. I understand what it's for. But what I'm not understanding is, why hasn't that petition been promoted on some of these other platforms that has thousands and thousands of subscribers, to where it should be thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not close to 1 million, of signatures on this petition? And not only just the petition that she created July 31st of this year, but again, I discovered there was a petition that was put together back in January of 2020. Look here. You ain't dealing with no dummy, and you ain't dealing with no fool over here. I've been told niggas that a long time ago. You see what this channel stands for and represents. If not, you need to go up there and look in the captions and you'll see it for yourself. The truth and nothing but the truth. Now, these other niggas came out here talking about they was spitting the truth and shit. But I'm telling you right now, they been spitting some teeth out their mouth. That's about it. Sorry. Not sorry. But it ain't too late for y'all to go out to Taco Bell and get you a taco. It is Taco Tuesday. I ain't eating no tacos. I'm good. Good to go. Nobody should have to think outside the box with this one. For real. It should be a no-brainer. You should be able to click your common sense on like a light switch. You know what I'm saying? It's free R. Kelly, man. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. I do know that, again, prayers out to all the people who have lost loved ones. I know that it was a streaming of Rich Homie Quan's funeral today. Prayers out. And, you know, that's a sad situation. You know, real sad situation, man. But we need to make sure that we trying to stay up on top of our health, our abilities. Pray for one another. Be genuine. Be pure. And spread love, man. For real, man. Spread love. Ain't no hate over here. Again, I am no way in support of any of the alleged things that has been put out here, you know, on the breaking news that the whole country has been aware of. But I want you to know that there is a similar pattern that the government is playing, that is laying out in front of our eyes. And I am not blind to that. So, before I leave, I want you to understand something. Why it's important to let the viewers know that it is not cool for the law to break the law. And they can come out with all their charges and all that and everything, but in, you know, a situation like the brother Robert Kelly situation, you had a situation where the law broke the law. We're gonna see if that trickles down and happens again. But it's been ongoing. We're gonna see if some reaching and breaching goes on in this newly breaking news situation. Because see, this right here that's on my screen, believe it or not, people can ignore it all they want to, but it speaks volumes to me. It speaks volumes enough to know that the law will break the law and cheat to win. Again, I don't give a damn about nobody's personal life or what they choose to do. That's on them. But when you got to go to the point to where you got to make something happen in order for something to happen, well, that's just not fair. So I want you to take a good look at this on my screen and understand that it's for real. And it does weigh a whole lot of weight. Somebody please send that petition out to them channels with them thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of subscribers. You know, maybe a one-time R. Kelly supporter, you know, someone who claimed that they would do anything to prove his innocence, that would do anything to help him fight for justice. I mean, that's who should be sharing the petition. But anyway, we're not even going there. I just want you to know, I wanted a few words I wanted to share with y'all, man. That was breaking news for the day. Yeah, and before I leave, the Philadelphia Eagles lost last night. Yeah, I know. The Cowboys, we got our butts kicked. Yes, we did. But it's nothing like another NFC East foe going down. So, to you Eagles fans, y'all try to, I heard, I didn't, seen some highlights, Kirk Cousins looked like he played an immaculate game, 20 out of 29 attempts. Pretty good. They're 1-1. So, Cowboys, we're going to get ready for the Baltimore Ravens Sunday. So, I look forward to that. But hey, we ain't even close to the weekend yet, man. Tomorrow is Hump Day, aka midweek slapdown. I may be here with you guys tomorrow. I may not. But I tell you what, I do have something special planned up for you for my top 5. And it could happen tomorrow, but I might make you wait. Hey, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, everybody who stopped by, man. Shout out to Facebook. I can't see you guys. I see a like or two up here. I don't know who's watching, but I appreciate you for tuning in, man. And again, man, don't place judgment, man. Don't place judgment. Spread love and just pray about the situation. I know that there's probably gonna be a lot of opinions and a lot of people probably blogging and bringing information about this situation, but I don't plan to. I wanted to bring the breaking news like it is, and I wanted to give you some of my thoughts and views, and I did just that. And I hope that you guys took it as what it was. And till next time, peace.